Good morning, good afternoon, good night. We are going to talk about divine light. We're going to do a general reading for the collective. Please note that all my readings are timeless and general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest. This is a general reading, so cross-watchers always welcome, but this is probably generalized for all. Please note that if anything does hit home, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment down below, maybe subscribe to the channel, or share this video if you feel inclined to do so. I do want to create a spiritual safe place for us to grow in love and light in this world of darkness. With all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it, starting off with our Native Heart Oracle. I have already pre-shuffled these, but I am going to do a quick shuffle through right now. Top three. 1, 2, and 3. First and foremost, before I read all three cards here, we have bottom of the deck, card number 19, Relic of Time. I love when this card pops up. This deck in general has so many beautiful illustrations, but I do want to take a second and just admire this illustration here. So we have a mandala about, a clock. It does have a lot of yellow here, so it is talking about the solar plexus. With it being the card 19, 9 plus 1 would be 20, boils down to a 2 and a 0. So 2 would be like balancing, and then a 0 would be closing out any kind of cycles. So with balancing, I do feel that we're learning how to manage our time to the best of our ability toward our goals and toward the things that matter at this time. Okay, so as you guys know, the world is kind of getting into a very weird and dark place. I feel that Spirit is calling us to prepare for what is to come. Take that how you'd like, but there's going to be moments ahead in which that we're going to be slightly confused as to what is the truth and what is fake. I know that we've been battling this battle for quite some time, especially when it comes down to social media and the mass media, portraying fake news. I'm going to turn these all around just for a second. So when it comes down to fake news, they've perfected that quote unquote art, and they've been able to create technology that can easily, how do I articulate this? Can easily change our perspective on what is reality and what isn't. Okay. Again, take that how you wish. But with that being said, a relic of time is talking about being present in the now, focusing on balancing your solar plexus, which is about your ambition. It's about your personal power, your self worth and your will. I feel as though we're battling with this inner balance of time. But time is an illusion, everyone. Time is an illusion, and we do have a little bit more time than we portray ourselves to have. With that being said, I do want to continue here with our first card, which is base chakra. Card number 41. 4 plus 1 is a 5. 5 is great change. So with the base chakra, Spirit is calling us to ground ourselves. They're really wanting us to stay focused and sorry, give me a second. Spirit wants us to ground ourselves, wants us to feel like we're rooted in the now. Okay, because big change is coming, and it's coming fast. So we need to do our best to balance out our mind, our body, and our soul, all in time, being present in today's moment, getting ready for the future, and appreciating the past. Okay, I know that's a lot easier said than done, but it is an art that we can master. Just like any kind of habit, the more that we work toward that goal or toward that thing, we start to perfect that art. Okay, I want to move on to the Sun God here with the second card that pulled out. It's card number 21, Sun God. This mandala has a beautiful pyramid in the middle of it. It is 21, so it boils down to a 3. I like to think of 3s being mind, body, soul balance, really finding that that connection inward. And as we're doing so, we're climbing this spiritual ladder here. So it feels as though Spirit wants us to stay rooted in our physical presence, but know that spiritually we are ascending into a higher vibration. We're ascending into a higher dimension. And within that, they want us to cultivate that fire within us, to, again, do something about our present moment to prepare us for that future. Now, the third card that popped up is card number 10, self-discovery. So we are beginning a new cycle, closing out an old cycle here. This does have a lot of silver and gold colors. The way I see it is that we're being guided from Spirit. We're being guided from our ancestors, but all of that, we're also learning how to guide ourselves with our higher self and our current self, right? Okay, so I'm gonna get a little bit of clarity here just so that we know really what Spirit has to say. I'm sorry if I'm coming across a little raspy. I am battling a slight cold. It's been a long weekend for me. Okay, base chakra. Can I get some clarity for base chakra, please, Spirit? I'll take the first card that popped up is trust. All right. So trust here is clarifying base chakra. Establish trust in yourself and others. So being grounded, all right? Using discernment when it comes down to trust. Now, going back to what I said about our mass media and our mass media and our reality being altered for us to be psychologically attacked, manipulated, misled. This obviously does not come easy. Now, I feel as though Spirit is talking about having trust within each other, like your soul tribe, your loved ones, building trust in yourself and those around you, so that you can use your proper discernment, your spiritual discernment, to prepare yourself on what's coming in the near future. Some of you might already have an idea that there are certain events in our timeline that are happening and are unfolding and are preparing for that. And with that being said, trust is super important to build with those that you not only live with, but that you rely on, that you feel that you can run to if anything does happen. So trust is super important when it comes down to this reading. Now let's clarify Sun God, please, Spirit. Thank you. 2 cards. So Sun God is clarified by self-awareness and awakening. Self-awareness says, understand your inner needs and true feelings. And then awakening says, realize your growth and changes and embrace awakening. Okay. So we're definitely waking up to the truth. We're realizing that there has been a lot of psychological attack that has been placed upon us, and that is being used against us collectively. Okay. Now, while doing that, it's also waking us up to our true self. Okay, it's waking us up to our spiritual self. And when we're doing that, we're also waking up to our spirit guides and the connection that we have with the outer realms. Okay, realizing that we're not alone, realizing that our spirit guides have been there all along, pointing us in the right direction, protecting us from any evil or harm, moving mountains in order to clear the pathway into our higher selves and our soul purpose. Because we're realizing that and we're coming up with this awakening, we're realizing our true potential and our power. So with the butterfly here, it's almost like we are coming out of this cocoon phase where we've been hermiting for so long, and it served us good, yes, but we're realizing how much growth that we've had within that time frame. And it might have felt when you're in that cocoon phase that you weren't growing, only because you weren't physically moving, but you were spiritually growing. You were preparing your soul to ascend. You were preparing your mind, your soul to move to the next level. Okay, and while you're doing that, now you're embracing this new version of yourself, this new awakening. Let's clarify self-discovery, please. Too many cards. Way too many cards. Can I get one card to clarify self-discovery, please? One card. Thank you. Safety. Self-discovery is clarified by safety. We have feel protected and stable, grounded in security no matter what life brings. Okay. This goes back to trust. All right. So I do feel that Spirit wants us to feel safe and trust not only within each other, but ourselves and them. Feeling grounded in security. Going back to this base card here. Grounded. Okay. Feeling safe. Feeling like no matter what events are starting to unfold, no matter what psychological attack that we're experiencing collectively, we are prepared because we trust in the divine, we trust in the higher purpose, and all the events that are going to be unfolding, that it's going to serve our highest good as long as we maintain faith and we maintain that grounding energy. All right. The bottom of the deck, we do have reflection. So it does say find better ways to improve yourself through reflection. It does feel with this card here that Spirit wants us to go inward to ask ourselves, do I enjoy the person that I've become? And if not, then what do I have to do in order to become the person that I've always meant to be, and that I believe that I'm capable of? Okay, what ways can you improve on bettering yourself or becoming this butterfly that you know that you can be, right? A lot of us do feel that we already are there, but some of us who aren't quite adapting as quickly, or maybe not adapting, but accepting as quickly, we're struggling with that self-reflection, okay? But what ways can you improve yourself? What ways can you better yourself? So I'm going to close out today's message here with a Moonology card. Oh, sorry. All right, closing message, please, for the collective. One more shuffle, one card. Closing message, please, Spirit. Top card. All right. Know you are loved. New moon in Libra. All right. Well, Spirit has said it. Know that you are loved. Trust in the divine. Trust in your divine purpose. Talk less, feel more is at the bottom of the deck. Last quarter moon in Pisces. So start to meditate. Instead of talking about it, be about it. A lot of you might be talking about your spiritual journey and feeling as though the more you talk about it, the more you're being about it. But start feeling more, start listening to those spiritual messages, and just know that you are loved just just the way that you are and how you present yourself in this very moment. You are where you are meant to be right now. Trust in yourself, trust in the divine, and be grounded in that overall energy. But, kudos to you. You're doing an amazing job. Believe in yourself and always do the best that you can, with love and, with humility. We live in a world where everything is so competitive, and we feel as though we don't have enough resources to go around. But that mentality is breaking us apart and dividing us. We need to learn how to come together and remember how we are mirrors of each other, and we are brothers and sisters in the divine. We just have been manipulated to believe that those differences are supposed to pull us apart instead of bringing us together. All right, so I'm going to close out today's message with love and light. I hope you found some messages in here for your highest good, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye.